Hi, and welcome to Chrissy Creates. Today I'm going to show you how I made this peppermint plate. My Tablescape theme this year is candy canes and peppermints. My tablescapes are purely decorative and not used for any actual dining purposes. Just so you are aware, I would not recommend using acrylics if you are going to be eating off of or dishwashing these plates. If that's the case, then you'll actually want to use a ceramic bonder, ceramic paint, and then bake it in the oven. So you wouldn't want to follow what I'm gonna do here today. I did look online to purchase some of these plates. I wanted the Peppermint Swirl, and the only ones I found were ones that were around $25 a piece from Zazzles. And I think they were that hard plastic, and it was just a print of the Peppermint Swirl. Otherwise, Amazon has some plates, and they're small. They're like the inside. They're really tiny, and they're used for serving. And they were $4.99 each. But I wanted the big serving plate. I made mine using Dollar Tree plates and some Walmart paints. I would say each took about less than $2 to make. I think the hand-painted look is very nice, and these are easy and fun to make. Okay, so that's a completed one. The supplies you'll need are obviously a dinner plate, and this one I did get, like I said, from the Dollar Tree. And then you'll need something to clean it off. I just use, I think it's rubbing alcohol in here to get off all the dirt, dust, and debris, because if you're painting, you don't want to have any debris on there because it'll just end up smearing around and speckling on your paint. The two paint colors of your choosing. I'm using acrylics. These are it's a satin acrylic and a matte acrylic. I actually mix these two together. I have candy apple and bright red. Walmart sells these for, I think, less than $1. All different colors. And then you'll need some scissors, a folder, just any folder that you are either going to throw away just to put a template on. I use a red Sharpie marker. Some people use like a dry erase marker in case they make mistakes and stuff like that, but I use a template, so I'm okay using a Sharpie. And then paint brushes just to paint on your acrylic, something to put your acrylic paint on. I use Q-tips in case I have any smudge lines, and then a paper plate to set down my paint brushes when they become full of paint, so they don't roll around and mess up my craft room. So first off, what you want to do is take rubbing alcohol or soap and water, but I think it's 100% rubbing alcohol. I'm not sure. Should actually look at the bottle. If you do gel nails, it's the stuff you use to clean off the sticky part of the nail when you're done with it. So now that I have a clean surface to work with, what I did, and I've already done 5 of them, so I just left this last one so I could show you. What then I did was I took my folder and I set my folder down, and then I just drew the outline of the plate. Then that way I have a surface where I can make a template. If you're good at freehanding, you can skip this step. I wanted all of my plates to look uniform, that's why I did this. And so then I just freehanded this is the template I'm actually going to use. And that's what it looked like before I cut it. So I saved all these pieces. And So I just drew out the shape of the peppermint wheel that I liked, and the ones that I wanted to keep that I'm going to draw in red. I just labeled them so I knew where to put them back. But I put cut on the ones so I knew where to cut. And that's how I got my template. And after working with it a little bit, because it was really sensitive and easy breaking right at that edge, so I just put some tape to hold it together, but it worked really well. And then you have your template. So you'll just want to cut that out and use it. If not, if you like them all a little bit different, and are you really good at freehanding and making things look uniform, then you don't necessarily need a template. But anything you're going to want to paint on, if you're like me, you'll definitely want a template for it. So then I just put it on my plate where I think I'm going to like it, and just do a rough outline with the marker. Like that. Then I place my other one down. And I really did search to try to find these plates because I've been wanting to do a candy cane peppermint swirl type theme for a long time. And I just didn't find them, or any that I was willing to, you know, fork over that kind of money. Because $25 a plate, I mean, I can decorate my whole house for that kind of a budget. And Dollar Tree has such nice dinnerware. I mean, you can literally take, I mean, they have the glass plates I could have used too. You can, it's sort of whatever you want to do. So once I have that, if you get any sort of smudges on the outside, you can take a little bit of your rubbing alcohol. See? So, I mean, that rubbing alcohol is good for any sort of smudges. But then I'm just going to mix my two paints. I always say that I am creative but not very artistic. I wasn't born with the ability to be able to draw very well, but I have the creative gene where I just want to sort of do everything myself or find a cheaper, easier way to do it. The Dollar Tree's kind of my jam that way. But it allows you, the Dollar Tree, you know, it allows you to be creative and not spend a lot to decide what it is, you know, that you want to do. And you don't have to spend a lot of money to be creative or to have nice things that you want in your house. Or because Christmas time, if you let it get away from you, you could end up spending a lot of money, you know, and you spend enough money on gifts and decorations and all that stuff. So anywhere where you know, during the holiday season and where you can save a little bit and, you know, frankly have some fun doing it, then I'm all for that. So I'm just showing you, you know, you just do a rough paint job. People that are actual painters, if they're watching this, will probably cringe at my painting skills, but you know, it's so much fun. And I would say I went over this fully about 3 times. And then the last time. And you know, I let it dry about an hour between each coat. And I do know some people I have seen, they have taken a hair dryer when they're painting with acrylic on ceramic. And I think they take the hair dryer to make it dry much faster so they can keep going. If you just with a blow dryer, it might help, but okay. So once I had my first layer of paint on, then I'm going to do the squiggles. And all I did for that was just sort of follow the curve of the triangle to get that little in the middle swirl. That's it. So it's really that easy, and then once you get all swirls, and then I'm going to let that dry before I go in, and like I said, I'll do another coat and then probably about 3 coats, and then I go in to see if there's any spots that I've missed or anywhere I need to touch up. See, but then they sort of all look uniform, and it gets a nice really red color. Now after all that's dry, I do take it out in my garage, and because it is acrylic, if you were to set the plates on top of each other or store it, it would get a lot of nicks in it. So I just put some triple thick glaze on top, and then it gives it that nice sort of finish and sort of looks like a piece of candy too. So it gives it a nice, this is what I use, a Krylon triple thick clear glaze. So I use that. And I'll show you, I'll set this aside. I have these chargers that I got. I hauled them from Hobby Lobby, and they're red and speckled, and that's how the start of my tablescape looks. I think it looks really pretty. And before I go, the last thing I wanted to show you was the napkin rings that I made for my tablescape. I made 6 of them. I've already done them, so I'm not going to show you the tutorial, but I'll basically give you the gist. Dollar Tree sells these 6 silver plastic napkin rings, and inside you can see it's right there, and they're the perfect shape. Well, obviously they're the perfect shape because they're napkin rings, but so I just took 6 of those, and I also took the satin ribbon from the Dollar Tree. I hauled this in my Dollar Tree haul, and it's just a candy cane ribbon. I still actually have a lot left, but so I use this to tie around here, okay, and then for the little peppermint swirl on the top of my napkin ring, I used ornaments that I hauled from Hobby Lobby, and these were originally $3, but I got them when they were 50% off, so they were $1.50. So I just took some hot glue, and I can remove it. There's a little line in the napkin ring, so I use that to follow it so that I could have 2 lines of the ribbon. And I just put a little hot glue at the top, wrapped the first ribbon around, cut it, and then put some more hot glue. And I did that twice, and I just followed that center line to give you that nice long napkin ring length. And then I just removed the little hook or whatever. I'll show you, because I do actually have this, but I removed this. I just cut it, or you can actually just pull them, and it's a nice flat surface. I just super glued, I put a little dab there, and then put it right on top of where I had those folds so that you have that nice clean line. So then I have 6 napkin rings for, I don't know, $3. I made all of these for $3, and you know, so I made dinner plates for less than $2, and then a whole set of napkin rings for about $3. So for about $5, I'm well on my way to having a really nice tablescape, and I think it goes well together. So we'll continue on. My next DIY will be my Peppermint Swirl centerpiece boxes that I'll be doing for the middle of my table. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Any support that you give me is much appreciated. I wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving, and God bless.